one of the landmark temples of Hampi. So Hampi is a kind of a city. It was a city in the past, which had many super opulent temples. But because of the envious attacks of the Mughals, all the temples are destroyed now. When we came for pre-yatra, Narayan Swami Prabhu was telling me that for months together, various thousands of horses, hundreds of elephants were loaded with jewels and wealth, and they were being transferred. And even for transferring after months, the jewels and the wealth weren't getting over. That was the riches of this place. Being ruled by a Vaishnav king called Krishna Deva Rai. In this yatra, there are many archaeological and architectural spots which we can go and see. Those who have an eye for architecture and archaeology, for them Hampi is like heaven. Every small details they'll keep examining. However, our visit is not meant for becoming an archaeological or architectural enthusiast. We don't mind if anybody becomes like that. But here we are focusing mainly on those temples which are live, where devotion is going on, worship is going on, bhakti is going on. That is why we just visited the Virupaksha temple. We did not go to the Hampi Bazaar, we did not go to the famous Ganesha temples. There is also a Krishna temple nearby, very beautiful, very splendid, but no deity, no garbhagriha. So it is just an architectural relic. So all those places we haven't explored. So first we went to the Hampi, the famous temple of Hampi, that is Virupaksha temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. There we also took darshan of Mother Parvati and Mother Bhuvaneshwari. Homework: what is the difference between Pampa Devi and Bhuvaneshwari Devi? You can try to find out. And then after that we went to a place where a deity of Narsingadev sitting in yoga form. When you sit like this, and in order to maintain this position, you tie a cloth around it. That is called as a yoga position. That is there are various ways in which people take help of some wall or some cloth or some rope to sustain a yoga position. So Narsimhadev is in that position. In Melkote also, he is in this same position, Yoga Narsimha, teaching yoga to Prahlad Maharaj. Lakshmi was there, but she has been broken and now she is in one of the museums. I saw a video where some of you did Narsing Aarti there. It's natural. Anybody who stands in front of a 20 feet tall deity or Narsingh Dev will feel like offering our devotion, whether that deity is worshipable or not. And then we also saw a very big Shiva Linga, a stone linga. So you can read the internet, who made this, when it was made, which was the architect involved. But the whole idea here is we want to see why we have come for this yatra. The whole purpose of coming for this yatra is to understand what it means to be a strict devotee, then understand what it means to become serious in Krishna consciousness, and then sincere in Krishna consciousness. If after coming to these yatras we are not progressing in our bhakti, then this yatra is an utter waste. So from that perspective, this yatra has been designed, where we want ourselves to become strict, then serious, then sincere in bhakti. So that is the only objective of this yatra. So therefore I thought, for an evening discussion where sun is not there, this Venugopal Krishna Swami temple is a very nice temple. How many of you saw all the paintings which are there on these walls? Have you seen? And did you walk around and see? Very beautiful, no? It tells the whole Bhagavatam, starting how the demigods went to pray and to Lord Brahma, and then Lord Brahma took them to Lord Krishna, and then how he appeared. The whole life story of Krishna is there in paintings. If you haven't seen, at least before going, you can see. I don't know if lights are there. Very beautiful, cute, beautiful deity of Krishna, Venugopal Krishna deity. So let's begin this yatra by singing a kirtan. What do you want? Do you want a discussion before and then kirtan, or kirtan before and then discussion? Kirtan. So Nam Kirtan we will do today. If all of you can open Vibhavari Shesha. This is called Nam Kirtan because this kirtan is made out of simply names of Krishna. So we'll sing this kirtan nicely, and then after the kirtan we'll see who all paid attention to the kirtan. Yeah, then who will play this? But I need to scroll my lyrics now. Okay. Any Mridanga players here? Who's playing Mridanga? Oh, you only. You want to play?
If you want to play.
You play. I'll scroll this.
Can someone send its lyric in Hindi?
So, विभावरे शेष आलोक प्रवेश निद्रा छाड़ी उठो जीवा विभावरे शेष बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हय ग्रीवा बोलो हरि हरि राम कृष्ण हय नरसिंह वामन श्रीमधुसूदन ब्रजेंद्र नंदन श्यामा पूतन घाटन कैटभ शातन जय दाशरथि रामा कैटभ शासन यशोदा दुलाल गोविंद गोपाल वृंदावन पुरंदर यशोदा दुलाल गोविंद गोपी प्रिया जन राधिकरामण भुवन सुंदर बारा गोपी प्रिया जन भुवन सुंदर रावणांतकर माखन तस्कर गोपी जना वस्त्रहारी रावणांतकर ब्रज राखाल गोप वृंदापाल चित्तहारी वंशीधारी योगींद्र बंदन श्री नंदनंदन ब्रज जना भयहारी नवीन मनोहर मोहन वंशी बिहारी। यशोदानंदन कंस निषूदन निकुंज रास विलासी। कदम्ब कानन रास परायण वृंदा विपिन निवासी। आनंद वर्धन प्रेम निकेतन फूल शराजुज काम। आनंद वर्धन गोपांगना गण चित्त विनोदन समस्त गुण गण धाम। जामुना जीवन केली परायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा। नाम सुधारस गाओ कृष्ण जस राखो वतन मन मोरा। विभावरी लोक प्रवेश निद्रा शरीर जीवा। बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हय देवा। बोलो हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हय देवा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की। हरे कृष्ण। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्य उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। I was thinking we'll read a little bit from Bhagavatam. Those who have your phones, you can kindly open Canto 4, Chapter 28, Shloka number Canto 4, Chapter 28, Shloka number 28, 4, 28, 28. Canto 4 is called as the creation of the fourth order. Chapter 28 is titled Puranjana becomes a woman in next life. And go to verse number 28. But before we begin this discussion, if possible, requesting our own devotees to maintain good silence. This kirtan which we sang, Vibhavari Shesha, it has many names of Krishna in it. I have not counted.
Correct. No, we're doing Palaki Seva.
Okay. Please leave a little gap in between.
Little gap.
Sir, what time it will start? Palaki
Now
Seva?
we will start within 15 minutes.
15 minutes. And it will go on for how much time?
Only half an hour.
Give a gap, one path in between. बेटा इधर आ चलो ना, इधर थोड़ा आ जाओ ना, इधर.
So what we will do, when the Lord will come on Palki, we will all stand up and then we'll allow him to pass, and then we will continue our discussion, because half an hour, we don't have half an hour to follow the Palki. So there are many names of Krishna in this bhajan. Today let's do an exercise. Let's pick out one, each and every name, and see if we know the meaning of it. Vibhavari Shesha. Bolo Hari Hari. So what is the meaning of the word Hari? Who takes away our sins? Okay, Hari. Any other? This is just a quiz. Huh? Hari? It's a very common name, Hari. There are many meanings of this name also. But let's accept this name, Hari, who is stealing away, who is taking away our miseries and giving us liberation. Sins. Meaning of the word Mukunda. What is the meaning of the word Mukunda? Mukti, giving, one who gives liberation, Mukunda. Murari, what is the meaning of the word Murari? He is telling one who plays Murli is called Murari. Killer of the demon Mura. Yes, killer of the demon Mura. Actually, enemy. Ari means enemy. So, enemy of the demon Mura is Murari. Obviously, he killed him. Ram, what is the meaning of the word Ram? Ram. Yes, everybody knows, I know, all of you are smiling, but someone has to be humble enough to say it out also. one who gives us happiness, embodiment of all happiness, Rama. But here it is also said Dashrath Nandan, Jaya Dasharathi Rama. The son of Dashratha is Rama. Krishna, meaning of the word Krishna, all attractive one, very good. Hayagriva, who is Hayagriva? Sorry? Horse incarnation. Did Krishna become a horse? Did he become a horse? Hayagriva, horse headed, very good. We have to hear from the horse's mouth. That's how this phrase has come. Does anybody know how this phrase came here from the horse's mouth? I don't know, but I've heard in one of the lectures of my spiritual master, he was telling, this is in that section where Indra is wanting to protect himself from the demons by using the Vajra, or by using the bones of one rishi. Who is that rishi? The Dhichi rishi. So before that it is mentioned that the Dhichi rishi was approached by Ashwini Kumaras to understand Bhagavad Gita, to understand Brahma Gyan. So Ashwini Kumaras, they are very intellectual beings functioning as physicians in the heavenly realm. But other than physician also, they know many other things. So Indra told the Dhichi that, see, these Ashwini Kumaras are already very famous. If they learn Brahma Gyan also, then they will claim the position of Indra. So better you don't teach them Brahma Gyan. But the Dhichi Rishi said that, okay, anybody who approaches me, I have to teach them. Shatrugna Prabhu, Raghukul Shatrugna Prabhu, are you able to hear me? Voice is audible? So Indra said, don't teach, but he said, no, I'll have to teach. So Indra said that if you will teach, I'll have to cut off your head. Now don't think that Indra is a very evil person. No, these are some, what can I say, some administrative situations. So Ashwini Kumaras were very smart. They said, okay, what we will do, we will only cut off your head. We are wanting to be your students, so we will cut your head. We'll put a horse head on your head. And when Indra will come, he'll cut off your horse head, then we'll put back your original head. This is heavenly doctor. Heavenly doctors can do this. That means this science of cutting the head and putting someone else's head is already there, existing. With respect to this, in the 4th canto of Bhagavatam, Prabhupada highlights that when the head of Daksha Prajapati was cut off and replaced with a head of a goat, male sheep, goat head, still he was able to function as Daksha Prajapati. That means our intelligence is not based on the cerebrum and the cerebellum and the medulla oblongata and the other things which we have in our brain. Our intelligence comes from the soul. So let's say if we cut off our Yajat's head, and on that if we put a sparrow head, still Yajat will function as Yajat only. Yajat will not be able to say that, oh, I have a very small brain now. So intelligence comes from soul, not from the physical body. That is why we see Gajendra, although an elephant, but is able to recite so many prayers. So that is how the Dhichi was speaking Brahma Gyan, and Ashwini Kumaras were hearing from the horse's head, horse's mouth. And Indra came and he cut off the head, and then the Ashwini Kumaras put back the human head. And then the Lord, in order to teach Indra a lesson, when Indra was in difficulty, Lord sent him to the Dhichi only. That you go and request that person whose head you have cut off, that I want help from you. How humiliating is that? So that is how hearing, that's how I heard that hearing from the horse's mouth, it came. So there is an incarnation also, Hayagriva incarnation. His neck and his head is like that of a horse. And he also gave some instructions. So hearing from the horse's mouth, Hayagriva. Nrisimha means half man, half lion. Very good. Vamana. Vamana is another name used here. Who is Vamana? Meaning of the word Vamana? Or who is Vamana? Dwarf incarnation of the Lord. Madhusudana. Next name. Killer of the. So you should somehow try to find out who is this Mura, who is this Madhu. What is the story behind how Krishna came to be known? Madhusudana, the word has come in Bhagavad Gita also. Do you remember? Why Arjuna is telling Krishna Madhusudana? Sorry? Killer of the doubts of. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Brajendra Nandana. What does this mean? Brajendra Nandana? Son of the Brajendra, king of Braja. And who's Nandana? He's Nandana. Brajendra Nandana. Shyama. What does Shyama mean? Cloudish complexion. Any other answer? Wheatish complexion. Wheatish complexion. Or boliye? Any other meaning? Wheatish, cloudish. Any other? What about bluish? Here painting is bluish. Blackish. Bluish black. Very nice. What is the color of Krishna? Who can answer once and for all? Clear karenge aaj. What is his color? Option A. Snehdi Prabhu is telling that color cannot be perceived. Aap question hi mat pucho bhai. That color cannot. The answer is his color is transcendental. That is true. We cannot perceive it with our human eyes. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. When we have love, we will understand who is Krishna and what is his complexion. Srila Prabhupada was giving a lecture in South Africa. And he was telling that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is blackish. So there were many Africans, blackish complexion Africans sitting there. They were all like feeling very good, Black Lives Matter, everything. And then immediately Srila Prabhupada said, not like you. So, in another morning walk, Srila Prabhupada asked, what is the color of Krishna? Everybody is saying blackish, blackish. Prabhupada said bluish. So it is very clear that the Paramahamsas, they can see Krishna. But for us, the answer should be, from our material perspective, it is Shyama, black, bluish, blackish, cloudish, wheatish, whatever. In some temples you see you have a black deity of Krishna. Some temples you see like our Giridhari is completely white. It's a complete rasabhas, no? I mean complete non-shastrik, right? To make a white deity of Krishna. No, but that is also correct. So you cannot say that Krishna is white or black. Krishna is Krishna. We will stand up for some time. We'll chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So we will continue. We were discussing some of the meanings which we sang in the bhajan. We are doing this so that next time we sing it, we meditate on these names more deeply. Okay, so another name in the bhajan is Putana Ghatana. What is the meaning of Putana Ghatana? Killer of Kaitabha Shatana. Wah. Yashoda Dulal. Sorry? Dearest? But she had only one son, no? So why you saying dearest? Darling son of Mother Yashoda. What is the meaning of the word Govinda? Senses, cows, land. Gopal. Meaning of the word Gopal? Protector of the cows. One who is maintaining the cows. Gopal. Vrindavan Purandara. Vrindavan Purandara. This is good. Huh? Everyone? Everyone heart he is sitting. Purandara. No. Vrindavan Purandara. It means Lord of Vrindavan. Lord of Vrindavan. Gopi Priya Jana. Beloved of the gopis, yes. Radhika Ramana. What is the meaning of Radhika Ramana? Sorry? Radhika Ramana? The one who is sports with Radharani. He is saying lover of Radharani. How about one who enchants Radharani? Many meanings are there. All of you are correct. Radhika Ramana. Bhuvana Sundara Bara. What does it mean? Bhuvana Sundara Bara. More beautiful than this. All Bhuvans. Bhuvana Sundara Bara. Yes, Bhuvan means world. Bhuvana Sundara Bara means most beautiful in the whole world. Or most beautiful in all the worlds also, you can say. Ravanantakara. This is very simple. Destroyer of Ravana, killer of Ravana. Makhana Taskara. Taskara is a very... Taskari kar rahe hain. Smuggling is there in the spiritual world also. Makhana Taskara means... Smuggler of butter. One who steals and passes it on to others. Passes on to monkeys. Recently somebody posted one rap song on Krishna, I saw in one of our groups. I have seen, I think in Gauranga group. There one monkey is there in that rap song, and then that monkey is telling, I am very happy in life because Krishna is giving me butter. So that is Makhana Taskara. Another name will be Gopi Jana Vastra Hari, means stealer of the clothes of gopis. Brajera Rakhal. Brajera Rakhal. Rakhal. Then what is Vrindavan Purandara? Lord of Vrindavan, yeah. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains as cowherd boy of Braja, Brajera Rakhal. Gop Vrinda Pal. Gop Vrinda Pal. Gop Vrinda means group of Gopa. Gopi Allah, Gopa. Cowherd boys. Gopa Vrinda Pal means maintainer, yeah. Maintainer of Gopas. Chitta Hari, stealer of the hearts. Bamsidhari, holder. Murari is not holder. Bamsidhari is holder of. Yogendra Bandhana. Sorry? Yogendra Bandhana. Actually, the correct word is Yogendra Vandana, but because Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing in Bengali, so Vandana becomes Bandhana. Like that in many of the songs, Kripa Avalokana Kari. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes it. Narottam Das Thakur, sorry. Kripa Avalokana Kari. So, Brajain, what is the word? Yogendra Bandhana means worshipped Vandana, one to whom all the greatest of the yogis, Yogendra, pray to, like Kardam Muni. He is one of the greatest of the yogis. He is praying to Krishna. Yogendra Bandhana. Nanda Nandana, very simple, son of Nand Maharaj. Braja Jana Bhaya Hari.
This fear of the fear
Of Vrajajana. I have a friend, his name is Vrajan. Vrajan Das. Vrajajana. So we used to call him Vrajajana Bhayahari Das. Naveen Nirad. There is a very famous book distributor in ISKCON, Naveen Nirad Prabhu. But Naveen Nirad means what? Naveen, fresh. Nirad means one who holds water, that is cloud. So color of the fresh rain cloud. So what is the color of the body of Krishna? Color of the fresh rain cloud, the first rain cloud. Rupa Manohara.
whose beauty is enchanting beauty.
Enchanting beauty. Rupa. Mohan Bamsi Bihari. Mohan Bamsi Bihari means what? आपको सुनाई दे रहा है? आप पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं ना? कि डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो चुके हैं पूरी तरह से? मोहन बमसी बिहारी. What is this word Bihari? Anybody from Bihar here?
Bihari means resident.
Bihari, Mayur Vihar, Sandeep Vihar, all are a part of Bihar only. And Bihari is our Lord. So Mohan Bamsi Bihari means what? Bihari means one who is wandering, yeah. Vihar, one who does Vihar. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called as Navadip Vihari. Vihar means enjoying, wandering and enjoying. So Mohana Bamsi Bihari means what? Is wandering with the flute, and then Mohana Bamsi means very beautifully playing the flute and wandering around. Yashoda Nandan, son of Mother Yashoda, Kamsa Nishodana, killer of Kamsa. Nikunja Ras Vilasi. Vilasi means also enjoyer. Nikunj Ras means Ras Leela or mellows which are being relished in groves of Vrindavan. Vrinda Vipena Nivasi. Vrinda Nivasi means resident, that is very clear. Vrinda Vipena means what? Different forests, correct. Ananda Vardhana. What is the meaning of Govardhana? Harshvardhana. Govardhan means Uthana.
Lifting cow. World's cow.
Yes, Vardhana means to enhance, increase, and Go is senses, cows, self, land, Govardhana Dhari. So, like that, we have Ananda Vardhana. Prema Niketana, abode of love. Prema Niketana. Gopi Gopangana Chitta Vinodana. Gopangana Chitta Vinodana. Vinodana means to give pleasure, happiness, and Chitta means heart, and Gopangana means
One who gives pleasure.
cowherd boys, Gopas, Gopis, everybody. Samasta Gunagana Dhama. Samasta Gunagana Dhama. Yes, abode of all qualities. Yamuna Jivana. Life of river Yamuna. Keli Parayana. Keli means forest.
One who goes around.
Who goes to forest? Sages of Kali Yuga in action. Keli Parayan. Sorry? Keli means amorous pastimes, loving pastimes, one who is always absorbed in or very eager to do, does it as a matter of duty or as a matter of pastime. Keli Parayana. Manasa Chandra Chakora, very beautiful name. Please think and answer. Manasa Chandra Chakora. Somebody is Chakora here. Somebody is Chandra here. Don't just give me the literal meaning. It's a figurative expression. Somebody is Chandra here. Somebody is Chakora here. What is Chandra and Chakora? The Chakora bird always keeps looking at the Chandra. So who is the Chandra here? Who is the Chakora here? And whose Manas are we talking about? Manasa Chandra Chakora. Chandra is Lord Sri Krishna. Chakora is Praful Prabhu. Gopis. And Manas means?
His mind.
Whose mind?
The devotees.
The devotees. Bhaktivinoda Thakur translates it as moon of the gopis is Chakora like mind. Nama Sudha Rasa. This is the goal of our life. Nama Sudha Rasa. Nama Sudha Rasa Gao Krishna Jase Rakho Vachana Mana Mora. Last we sang, no? Nama Sudha Rasa means?
One whose name is purifying.
Purifying. Sudha means what? Nectar. Rasa means?
One who is nectarian.
One who has nectarian names, holy names full of nectar, yes. So the aim of our life is to taste that Nam Sudha Rasa. On this note, we sang, having realized what we have sung, we'll read this 4th canto, chapter 28, shloka number 28, only translation. Puranjana becomes a woman in his next life. How many of you have read this section of Bhagavatam, 4th canto? Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a reading session which used to go on. The people of that reading session, they are like, we stopped from many days due to reading should be very serious and regular. So why is it said Puranjana became a woman in his, is it bad to become a woman in your next life? Or is it good to become a woman in your next life? Or why did Puranjana, who was a male, become a woman in his next life?
Because he was thinking always of his wife.
Yes, he was very much attached to his wife. So at the time of death, he thought about his wife, and so therefore next life he became a woman. Although King Puranjana should not have lamented over the fate of his wife and children, he nonetheless did so due to his miserly intelligence. In the meantime, Yavanaraj, whose name was Fear itself, immediately drew near to arrest him. This is 428. Oh, I am reading 22, sorry. I am reading 28. Sorry, I am reading the wrong verse. King Puranjan gave up his body while remembering his wife, and consequently in his next life he became a very beautiful and well situated woman. He took his birth as the daughter of King Vidarbha in the very house of the king. So therefore he was called as Vaidarbhi in his next life. King Vidarbha. Then what happens? Verse number 29. It was fixed that Vaidarbhi, the daughter of King Vidarbha, was married to a very powerful man, Malaya Dhwaja. So Malaya Dhwaja is our subject matter of interest, and I want to bring everybody's attention to Malaya Dhwaja, the inhabitant of the Pandu country. After conquering other princes, he married the daughter of King Vidarbha. Text number 30. King Malaya Dhwaja fathered one daughter who had very black eyes. He also had 7 sons who later became rulers of the tract of land known as Dravida. Thus there were 7 kings in that land. So those who are hearing it for the first time, the whole chapter of Puranjana is a figurative expression chapter. Everything is very symbolic here. Girl with black eyes does not mean girl with black eyes, literally. It has a deeper symbolic meaning. So when you will read the purports, you will understand. For example, King Malaya Dhwaja was a very great devotee, and after he had married the daughter of King Vidarbha, he gave her one nice daughter whose eyes were very black. Figuratively, this means that the daughter of King Malaya Dhwaja was also bestowed with devotional service, for her eyes were always fixed on Krishna. That is the meaning of one with black eyes. So like this. Text 31. My dear King Prachina Bharishat, the sons of Malyadhwaja gave birth to many thousands and thousands of sons, and all these have been protecting the entire world up to the end of Manu's lifespan and even afterward. 32. The great sage named Agastya married the firstborn daughter of Malyadhwaja, the avowed devotee of Lord Krishna. From her, one son was born whose name was Acyuta, and from him another son was born whose name was Idmavaha. Text 33. This is our main subject matter. We'll read the translation as well as purport, and then we'll have a short discussion on this. After this, the great saintly king Malyadhwaja divided his entire kingdom among his sons. Then, in order to worship Lord Krishna with full attention, he went to a solitary place known as Kulachala. Let's read the purport. Malyadhwaja, I hope everybody is able to follow. Are you able to follow? Are you able to listen? Everybody? Population has reduced, looks like. कुछ लोग गायब हो गए ना? Okay. Malyadhwaja, the great king, was certainly a Mahabhagwat, topmost devotee. By executing devotional service, he begot many sons and disciples for propagating bhakti cult. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho. Actually, the entire world should be divided amongst such disciples. Everyone should be engaged in preaching the cult of Krishna consciousness. In other words, when disciples are grown up and are able to preach, the spiritual master should retire and sit down in a solitary place to write and execute Nirjan Bhajan. This means sitting silently in a solitary place and executing devotional service. This Nirjan Bhajan, which is the silent worship of the Lord, is not possible for a neophyte devotee. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur never advised a neophyte devotee to go to a solitary place to engage in devotional service. Indeed, he has written a song in this connection. Dushtaman tumi kishera vaishnava Pratishtharatare nirjaner ghare Tav hari naam keval kaitav Dushtaman tumi kishera vaishnava. My dear mind, Dushtaman, what kind of a devotee are you? Simply for cheap adoration, you sit in a solitary place and pretend to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but this is all cheating. Thus, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur advocated that every devotee, under the guidance of an expert spiritual master, preach the Bhakti cult, Krishna consciousness, all over the world. Only when one is mature can he sit in a solitary place and retire from preaching all over the world. Following this example, the devotees of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness now render service as preachers in various parts of the world. Now they can allow the spiritual master to retire from active preaching work. In the last stage of the spiritual master's life, the devotees of the spiritual master should take preaching activities into their own hands. In this way, the spiritual master can sit down in a solitary place and render Nirjana Bhajan. So why I am referring to this verse? Because it's very important to understand what is the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada. Especially those of you who are nearing 50s, or some of you are nearing 60s also. It's very important to understand in which phase of life you are entering. And those of you who are in your late 40s, you have to start preparing for it. Some people misunderstand this concept of Nirjan Bhajan. Some people say that, Prabhuji, I will go and stay in the Dham, and simply by staying in the Dham, if I quit my body in the Dham, I'll go back to Godhead. It is not easy to do that. There are many apartment communities which are coming up in the Dhams. They recently, one WhatsApp message came to me, Radha Golf Club. Come in the Dham and play golf. Become a Brajbasi in just 67 lakhs. Did you understand? Take a flat and become a Brajbasi. So that is not called Brajabas. And then there are some people who are staying in the Dham by the order of the instruction of the spiritual master. They say, Prabhuji, just for 4 or 5 years, just to become financially stable, I will go to unlimited sinful activities, USA. I will go to USA, and then once I have earned money, then I will come back. Then full-time service I will do, Prabhu. Sometimes people of Bangalore also tell us the same thing. That, Prabhu, just give me 5 years, that's all. In those 5 years, I will work like anything, I will become settled in life, and then I will do bhakti. So these are all very risky proposals. The point which I am trying to say here is, there are different phases in our life. Some of us are in the Ugra phase of our life, where we are being pulled down because of various other unavoidable responsibilities to which we are naturally very sincere and attached to, as a result of which we are being forced to compromise our seva and sadhana. But in order to, it is very important to plan to move out of this Ugra phase to Nishthavan phase in life, which is the post 50 or the Vanaprastha stage. Srila Prabhupada, when he was personally asked that you have become very old now, maybe you can sit down in one place, just chant Hare Krishna and translate some books. But Srila Prabhupada said that this is for old people. I personally don't feel that I am so old that I should sit in one place and chant Hare Krishna. I want to fight like Arjuna till the last breath of my life. This was Prabhupada's statement. So old age is not necessarily a physical condition. Old age is that phase of life where one's enthusiasm to serve Krishna is reduced or is not there. That is old age. So as and when person progresses in their life, as and when they mature in their life, as and when they grow physically in their life, if your enthusiasm to serve Krishna is increasing with time, then you are not becoming old. You are becoming younger and younger. You may have an old body, just like Prabhupada. But even if you have a young body, a 25-year-old body or a 15-year-old body, but the enthusiasm day by day is decreasing because of the atheistic, materialistic education and the society and other association which we have, then you are already old. Don't wait to become old. You are already old and you are in the Ugra phase of your life. Try to come up, change the phase of your life and try to become Nishthavan towards Krishna. So therefore, I will urge everybody, try to become more and more faithful in your practice of Krishna consciousness. Try to become more and more strict, serious and sincere. If you are already old, try to become young. If somebody else hears this, कैसे हो सकता है? I'm old, I'm young, कैसे हो सकता है? It's like once green, red light is on, after that it can never become green. It can only become fused. But in Krishna consciousness it is possible. If you are old, you can become young. If you are young, you can become younger. So that is how we have to become strict, serious and sincere. So today I want to do a short discussion with all of you. how to stop practicing casual devotion and become very strict, sincere, and serious in your everyday life. So, what is the definition? This is an exercise, and I've just made one document. I'll share this document with all of you also later on. What is the definition of a strict devotee? Should we be a strict devotee? Who is a strict devotee? Should we at all be a strict devotee? Like, see, I forgot your name. Okay, whatever. He's chanting. So, what is the meaning of a strict devotee? Entire life is centered around Krishna. That is a very, very Mahabhagavad devotee. Give me a definition of a strict devotee. Follows certain rules and regulations. What are the rules and regulations which people in Krishna consciousness need to follow? Four regulative principles. Chant 16 rounds. When no Mangalarti? Attend Mangalarti. Okay, when can you compromise these rules? Like, आज 16 नहीं, 14 का. Never? Okay, I'll give you an example of a devotee. His name is Sadhana Siddhadas. Fictional devotee. Don't try to find out who is. Sadhana Siddhadas. Today is Ekadashi. Huh? He has decided I will chant 32 rounds now. Everybody tells, if anybody chants little bit extra on Ekadashi, it is the greatest fortune. And even one round chanted with attention, it is the greatest fortune. So I'll chant 32 rounds. He started chanting, 14 rounds done. Then sun rose, day started. Then breakfast ka time ho gaya. So he went on and then he started taking some calls, trying to save the world, doing some work. And then he realized that it's okay if I chant 25 rounds also. My personal hero, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj used to say, chant 25 rounds on Ekadashi. So my hero is telling 25, I'll chant 25. Enough is enough, man. Then what happens? Then as the day passes, then he realizes, but my spiritual master never asked me to chant 25 rounds also. He said only chant 16 rounds. So therefore, after finishing 2 more rounds at 10 p.m. in the night, he put his japmala next to him, went off to sleep. Is he a strict devotee? He's chanting 16 rounds. He has taken a vow of 16 rounds. And he did that. So is he a strict devotee? Can you call him a strict devotee? Yes or no?
No.
So therefore, a strict devotee is one who sticks to his vows without any compromise, unfailing in all circumstances. Now I'll tell you what are the advantages of being a strict devotee. After that we'll discuss some use cases. Are you all with me till now? Yes. You're all with me? आप मेरे साथ हैं? Strict devotee. How many of you have a cloth line in your house or in your terrace जिस पर आप कपड़े सुखाते हैं? Let's say there is a nylon wire. You have tied it. After 1 year, how will it become? Then after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years, it will break only. But let's say if you put a steel wire, it will last longer. So strict devotee is like that steel wire. The vows taken by a strict devotee, they are written in stone. They never deviate. So when you are strict, Give me the example of a strict devotee from the Shastra. Don't tell names from around you. From the Shastra. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, yes. Give me the classical example of a strict devotee. When I say that the vows of this devotee means lines written in stone, who is that devotee? Go in Chaitanya Leela. Yes. Yes, Haridas Thakur, very strict devotee. When she has decided, no distraction, no temptation, nothing can. But Haridas Thakur is a little bit more than strict devotee also. I am talking at the strict platform. Give me an example of a strict devotee. How about Raghunath Das Goswami? He had taken a vow that I will do these many rounds. Did he ever deviate? Yes or no? He had taken a vow that I will do these many obeisances. Did he ever deviate? Never. So Raghunath Das Goswami is a classical case of being a strict devotee. Now give me an example from the Shastra or from your life or from your mind or hypothetically or whatever of a non-strict devotee. Yes. Sorry? Then you will have to explain fully. If you are telling Sneh Deep, then you have to explain fully why. Pura kahani bataiye. We'll record it and we'll understand it, make it a case study out of it. WhatsApp में circulate करेंगे. It'll go in Bhakti Riksha modules. Give me a classical story of a person who is not strict. From anywhere. Yes, please. Okay, I will tell you one story which I have heard. There was a monkey who decided that I will do Ekadashi and I will not eat anything on Ekadashi. Why I am giving the example of monkey? Because there is a phrase called Markat Vairagya, a renunciation like a monkey. A monkey externally looks very renounced, but internally the monkey is full sense gratifier. Give me an example of a river which is used to explain useless Vairagya. Falgu Vairagya. What is the speciality of Falgu river? From top it looks like dry, just sand. People play cricket on it. But then what happens? If you dig 2-3 feet, water comes out. Have you seen the Falgu river lately? It's in Gaya. The Gaya Municipal Authority has released water on the Falgu river. Now Falgu river is no longer dry. Our Shastric examples, it's not working. Maybe we should write a letter that this is, this is like violation of the scriptures. So a monkey looks very renounced. It lives on the trees, it lives in the forest, it wears no clothes. But then Srila Prabhupada says that every monkey has at least 12 female companions. So that is the problem of a monkey. So that kind of monkey, he decided that I will do Ekadashi and I will not eat anything. But then he had a very good friend. He was his well-wisher. The well-wisher monkey came and told him, "Hey, how will you do Ekadashi, Pa? What if you become weak next day? What if you are not able to eat next day? What if you are not able to jump from one tree to another tree and pluck fruits and eat?" We all have friends like this in our life. When we decide to do something, they will try to bring us down to their level. So what this monkey did, he said, okay, even if I don't have energy next day, no problem. I will pluck the fruits today only and I will keep it in front of me. That tomorrow, as soon as Dwadashi Paran time will come, I will eat them. Then the friend, well-wisher friend again asked, hey, what if you don't have energy to bite the fruit? No problem. I will take this fruit and I will bite it now only and keep it. Ready. But what happens, when I've heard that when people fast, their hair and their teeth and their nails start falling down. What if that happens to you? If you're not able to chew it, no problem. I'll put it in my mouth and I will chew it and I will keep it ready. And when Dwadashi comes, I will just follow it. So I'm telling you a figurative story of a person who is not strict in their sadhana, and because of various anxieties which they have in their life, or because of various attachments which they have in their life, or because of the kind of association which they have in their life, they end up compromising their sadhana to such a degree, all the time feeling it is justified. I'm trying to be the best version of me possible in my situation. So these kind of people, they can never become strict devotees. Now what is the advantage of being a strict devotee? When you become strict, you get determination in your life. Do you agree with me? When determination comes, then all the material attachments and all the unwanted things in the heart, they start getting purified, cleansed by the power of determination of sadhana bhakti. So, with strictness in sadhana, one becomes determined. With determination comes purification of heart. The point which I want to highlight here is, without becoming strict in sadhana, heart purification is not possible. If we want that our heart should be purified, it is very important to take vows and very important to stick to those vows, unfailing in all circumstances. It is not easy. It takes years of practice. It takes years of practice. So, and then when your heart becomes purified, then you come in the category of being a serious devotee. So the step to becoming a serious devotee is, become first strict in your sadhana. There is no question of becoming a serious devotee without being strict in your sadhana. So now everybody has to decide how many rounds they will chant. I always say that it is easy to become a strict devotee. Attentively, we have to try our best to chant our rounds. Very strictly, we have to follow the 4 regulative principles. And daily, we have to read 1 hour Srila Prabhupada's books. Anybody who can do this is a strict devotee. ध्यान पूर्वक जप, गंभीरता से 4 नियमों का पालन और प्रतिदिन 1 घंटे श्रील प्रभुपाद की पुस्तकों का अध्ययन. That is called being a strict devotee. Now, if somebody has some good reasons not to be a strict devotee, bye-bye. One day we will become like that monkey who is doing Ekadashi but has the pulp of a mango or apple in his mouth, waiting for Dwadashi to come. But if you ask that monkey, what is your destination? He'll say, Goloka only. So let's become strict devotees first. Now, those who are strict, they will get determination. By the power of determination in sadhana bhakti, the ghana tarala or the mood swings or the ups and downs in bhakti will be regulated. As a result of which heart purification will happen, because Bhakti Devi will get pleased with that person. And as a result of heart purification, a person will become serious devotee. Now, what is the definition of a serious devotee? How will you identify who is a serious devotee?
A devotee who is more serious than a strict.
Very nice answer. A devotee who is more serious than a strict devotee is a serious devotee. I often say this. I was sitting in the 6th standard and my English teacher asked me, what is a phrasal verb? I said, a verb which is a Verb which is a phrase is a phrasal verb. My teacher said, very good, please get out of the class. I cannot ask you the same, but please note down or please listen very carefully. Even when there are temptations, distractions, and personal tragedies or calamities, even when there are temptations, distractions, and calamities, one who does not turn his back from his resolve to surrender to Krishna is a serious devotee. At the end of the lecture, or maybe personally if you talk to me, I'll give you references from where I have derived all these definitions. Now, as soon as you read this serious devotee definition, immediately you are understanding this is higher than a strict devotee. Three things come in everybody's life. Temptations. Anybody who has a material body will have to go through temptations. Distractions. Anybody who has a mind and a false ego and a subtle body will have to go through distractions. And anybody who is there in this material world will have to go through calamities. But even in temptations, distractions, and calamities, one who does not turn back from his determination to surrender to Krishna is called as a serious devotee. Now, referring to Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, give me a name or give me an example of a devotee who is able to withstand temptations. Very good. Haridas Thakur, what was the temptation? He was approached by a prostitute. Give me more description, Baba.
Who wanted to get physical with her, and then
Yes.
he said, all right, but I am currently doing my job and it is not over yet. So please wait until I finish. And that was, he waited, but it was...
Yes. Haridas Thakur was approached by a very, very beautiful prostitute in the solitude of the forest where there was no CCTV camera. There were no other devotees to watch him. That means his seriousness was being tested in an environment where it was not mandatory for him to be ideal. कोई देखने वाला नहीं था. For example, tomorrow we have Mangalarti at what time? Those who will come, they will see each other. Those who will not come, Prabhuji, aap nahi aaye the. Some pressure is there. So peer pressure is there. And let's say we are all doing Vancha Kalpati Rubhyascha, Vaishnav Pranam, and at that time 2 people are walking in. And we are all looking at that person. वो मन में सोचेगा कल एटलीस्ट टाइम पर आ जाना चाहिए. So let's say nobody is watching us. In such a situation where nobody is watching us, nobody is there to ask us any question, we have no authorities around, will we do the right thing? If answer is yes, then we are in the category of serious devotees. This is more than being a strict devotee, because first you have to be strict, then you become serious. So Haridas Thakur was approached by a prostitute in the solitude of the forest where there was no one else other than the prostitute and Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur was a very handsome young man, and she was telling, please engage with me. But Haridas Thakur said no. Now there was another case when Haridas Thakur, the chanter of the holy names of the Lord, was approached by someone else other than the prostitute. Who was that? Maya Devi herself. The illusory energy of the Lord in a personified form came in front of Haridas Thakur. Can you imagine? It is beyond your imagination. It is not possible. The Chaitanya Charitamrita says, even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma would have got bewildered by seeing the activities of Maya Devi. Was it a small temptation or a big temptation? It's too much to test. Do you think the laws of nature and Maya was being very cruel with Haridas Thakur? Anybody who wants to go back to Godhead will be tested with that much level of cruelty. Nobody will be spared. Neither Amlatma Prabhu will be spared, nor I will be spared, nor our Yajat will be spared. Nobody will be spared. Maya is like a secretary of Krishna, and her job is to make sure that only serious people approach Krishna. So she will test by giving you dhanam, janam, sundarim, kavitam, va, jagadisha, kamaye. She will give you everything, and trust me, she knows what is there in the core of your heart. Bhurjan Prabhu in his seminars, he often says that I ask people, what do you want? People will say, Krishna Prem, Hari Bol, blah, 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 blah. And then Bhurjan Prabhu will say, then my next question is, what do you really want? So Maya knows. Maya is an energy of Krishna. She is as powerful as Krishna because it is energy of Krishna. So she knows. And the tests we have to pass. Anybody says that I don't want to pass the test, it is not possible. You have to be ready to pass the test. But the good thing in these tests is, Krishna never gives you a test which you cannot pass. Point to be noted. Krishna will never give you a question paper that you cannot solve. He never puts questions out of the syllabus. Only your school teachers did that to you. Krishna will not do that to you. Meaning to say that a serious devotee who, despite all temptations, is resolved in his or her surrender towards Krishna. So Krishna will test that devotee, and dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna will give the intelligence to pass the test also. But this is valid only for serious devotees. Only for serious devotees. So if we are failing the test, that means we need to become strict. We are discussing how to stop being casual in our devotional life and start living a Krishna conscious life. Now, give me the example of a person who defeated all distractions, who was not defeated by the distractions, who was a serious devotee, who could do away with all the distractions. Fir se Haridas Thakur ne, that is temptations, distractions. What is the difference between distraction and temptation? Very subtle difference. Distraction means, or temptation means, an urge where you are not able to control yourself. Distraction means it is not overpowering you completely, but then you decide to engage. It is not necessary, you are not helpless, but you went to do and then 20 years passed away. That is called distraction. So give me an example of a person who was not distracted despite many distractions. Srila Prabhupada. Okay, give me Shastric examples. Hey, don't say Krishna and all. Krishna was not distracted. We know he is not distracted. Gajendra, that is the example of calamity. Prahlad Maharaj is example of calamity. Bharat got distracted, yes. It was not necessary for Bharat to engage with the deer, but he engaged. But I am asking of a positive case who didn't get distracted. I will give you a story which is, I have heard. This is the story of Shukadeva Goswami. This is there in Bhagavatam also. Shukadeva Goswami, very beautiful young man, his bodily complexion was like Krishna, and very beautiful bluish black hair, raised nose, raised chest, a thin waist, without clothes, walking around. And then he sees some young women having bath in a nearby lake. But after seeing them, he doesn't get distracted. This is extraordinary. By the laws, Temptation means in your situation in which you are helpless. I'll give you one more example, then you'll understand. After learning the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami was sent to Janak Maharaj for further training. So when he went to meet Janak Maharaj, he went and told the guard that I have come to meet Janak. And then the guard said, you cannot go and meet Janak Maharaj as long as he is not willing to meet you. So he just sat down in front of the palace. There was no place to sit. There was no shade, nothing. He just sat down and in his mind he started meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. After 3 days, Janaka comes out with a royal procession, garlanded him, took him inside with some royal paraphernalia, white umbrella. But for 3 days, no food, no sleep, no shelter, no mobile, kuch bhi nahi mila usko. And then Janaka took him inside with, on a palanquin and full royal insignia and paraphernalia. And then made him sit on a very elevated seat in his court and gave him all facilities. Then he gave him a pot of milk which was filled to the brim. And he said, you take this pot of milk and walk around in this palace, do a parikrama of this my chambers, my personal palace, and come. So I'm telling you what is the meaning of distractions. And then as he was walking around, celestial beautiful apsaras and maidens, they were doing Bharatnatyam and Kuchipudi and Kathak and all different Odissi and all different forms of dances were going on. And Shukdev Goswami was a very handsome young man. So these apsaras, they used to, nudge each other and laugh and discuss and all those things. And Shukdev Goswami, if he would have got distracted, the condition was that you have to come back with the milk without falling down. But Shukdev Goswami completed 3 circumambulations and easily came and gave it to him. And then Janak Maharaj told, take out your tongue, and on the tongue he kept a very, very tasty sweet. The sweet was very soft, very juicy, extremely creamy. Almost like the Mangal Bhog which is offered to Gandharika Girdhari, which tastes like rabdi also and tastes like rasmalai also. Already saliva is coming. Simply by hearing that was put on the tongue of Shukdev Goswami, but not even a single drop of saliva came. So these 3 were tests of Janak Maharaj. First, he wanted to give apaman to Shukdev Goswami by not attending him for 3 days. See, what I am talking about, distractions in spiritual life, it comes in various ways. Some devotee speaks to you badly and you get distracted and then you stop coming to the temple. We all have seen such cases. Some people who used to come to the temple, they get distracted by some reason best known to them and they stop coming to the temple. Apaman. And then Janak Maharaj came out and gave him so much man, palanquin, royal paraphernalia, insignia. So one who is not deviated in man and apman is a serious devotee. Because both man and apman are distractions. And then a serious devotee, because he has been strict, does not fall prey to temptations. But it is not that these temptations don't exist. Anytime he can fall prey, but he chooses not to fall prey upon it. One question Srila Prabhupada was asked, that Srila Prabhupada, how do you control your lusty desires? Srila Prabhupada answered very beautifully. He said, I have no time for lust. भाई इतना तुम लोग परेशान कर रहे हो, इतना बुक्स लिखना है, मेरे पास टाइम कहाँ है? So that is, of course, Prabhupada is Mahabhagavat, but I am giving you the example of a serious devotee. For serious devotees, temptations is not a serious problem. And they don't choose to act upon it, but there is always option for them. And third, extremely tasty food items. It is also a distraction. And when it was put on the mouth or the tongue of Shukadeva Goswami, that description which I gave and the saliva came, even by that he was not distracted. That is why Lord Chaitanya says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, bhala na khaibe ara bhala na paribe. Don't wear extremely good and flashy clothes, or don't eat extremely luxuriant food items. In yatra it's okay. 3 दिन खा सकते हैं, क्योंकि ऐसे भी घर में once in a while it's fine. But luxuriant food items will make you distracted, basically. One who is daily eating in Govindas, or one who is daily ordering from Blinkit, very serious problem. So this is distraction. One who doesn't get distracted. I have read another story. This is not from the Vedic scriptures. I read it in some book. That once one king wanted to decide who will be his successor. He had no successor. He just had one daughter. So he wanted to decide his successor and give to that successor his daughter also in marriage and make him the king. So he made a newspaper ad that I want to choose my next successor, and anybody who feels that they are qualified for it can come and meet me tomorrow. Imagine if this kind of newspaper ad you see. And that I am the king of, let's say I am the Sultan of Brunei, I am the king of Brunei or some Middle East state, and I am looking for a husband for my daughter, and I have some 30 oil mines, coal mines or whatever, oil fields and everything I will give you. Will you not apply for it? Obviously. So many people next day were standing on the palace gate to marry the beautiful daughter of the king and become the king after him. They were all wondering that we are so many people, who will the king decide? So the minister of the king said, it is very simple. We will open the gates and then all of you have to go 1 kilometer from here, that is the palace of the king. Go and talk to the king. If the king likes you, he'll marry your daughter, his daughter to you. People are thinking, it's very simple, Baba. What's the big deal? They are giving 1 hour time to walk 1 kilometer. I will walk in 10 minutes only. But the king was not an idiot. The first person, when he entered, as soon as he walked for 100 meters, he got very nice fragrance of blue colored lotus flowers. And then he thought, when I will become king, I will spend a lot of time here. Daily I will smell these flowers. I'll put it on my hand. I'll wear a garland out of it. It's so nice to sleep here. Immediately, after some time, not a very long time, almost after very few moments, a person came and caught hold of him. Hey, 1 hour over, get out. Point I'm trying to highlight here is, when someone is engaged in, or when someone is distracted in life, or when someone is engaged in sense gratification, a long amount of time appears to be a very short time. Theory of relativity means what? This is theory of relativity. When you are doing sense gratification, a lifetime of being Puranjan appears like a moment. That is theory of relativity. So the king had understood that my successor should be spiritually advanced, should be able to tolerate all the temptations and distractions. He should be a devotee of the Lord. Such a person, a Raj Rishi, can only be my successor. So another second person went, and then he saw very beautiful girls dancing, And he was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be the king. What's your name? What's your name? This is my mobile number. Please follow me on Instagram. Like that he started making, and the girls were like, hey, you're going to become the king, huh? I will be with you. So in that way, after some time, immediately. And then the third person, he was like, no, I will not make this mistake. I will not smell these flowers. Although I want to smell, but I will not smell. Oh, these girls, I will not spend time with them. I'll go. But then he saw some very beautifully loaded, the most scenic mango tree. The mangoes of that were juicy, fleshy, thin skin, small seed. And the smell was so intoxicating that he went and plucked and he ate. And after eating, he ate a little more. And then he lied on one of the benches thinking, thoda rest le lena chahiye, before becoming the king. And then immediately someone came and he said, hey, 1 hour over, get out. The point, this is what is distraction. Distraction can come in any form. It can come in the form of man, it can come in the form of apaman, it can come in the form of the urges of the senses. It is not absolutely mandatory for you to act. But when you choose to act, that is called distraction. Did you understand difference between temptation? So serious devotee means one who can conquer the temptations, distractions and calamities. Give me an example of a devotee who had many personal tragedies or calamities in their life, but they did not deviate from their resolve to surrender to Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj, very good. Kunti Maharani, very good. Pandavas. There is a specific word in the first canto, 8th canto, prayers, which is the prayers of Queen Kunti, 8th chapter, yeah. So in that there is a specific adjective which Srila Prabhupada uses for the Pandavas. He says, Pandavas were dear to the Lord because they were malleable. What is the meaning of malleable? You can make it into any shape, malleability of a metal. So whatever the Lord wanted, Pandavas never asked any question. This is a serious devotee. Whatever calamities come, sometimes it is seen that, there was a person whose grandfather died. And they said, I chanted Hare Krishna. My grandfather died. Now I will not chant. I asked what was the age of the grandfather. 88. Like, or you want your grandfather to live for 800 years or what? So, now I am giving you a very humorous, funny reason. Sometimes serious calamities. I will not name many, but I will give you few calamities. Very sincerely practicing devotees. I will not use the word sincere because I am going to define sincere. Regular devotees. When they had some calamities in their life, it could be anything. For some it could be a death, for some it could be a miscarriage, or some it could be a job loss, or some it could be loss of property, theft, dacoity in business or whatever. They are ready to do anything. And the first thing which they want to forget is Krishna consciousness. So Prahlad did not do that. Prahlad continued Krishna consciousness despite all calamities. Now give me an example of a person from the Shastra who succumbed to those temptations. Temptations came, he said, okay, please come. Vishwamitra, yes, temptations ko succumb kar diya usne. Anything, anybody else? Bhagavatam se, anybody? Shaubari Muni, very good. But Shaubari Muni is a classical case of Vaishnava Aparadha. He was a very nice devotee. Because he offended someone, so his consciousness degraded so much that he had to succumb to temptations. Another point to be noted, if I am succumbing to the temptations, that means some offense I have done. Objectively find out what offense I am doing or have done and try to fix it. Generally, it is Vaishnava Aparadha. Ajamil is a classical case where temptation was there and he succumbed to it. Srila Prabhupada in the 6th canto purports write that Ajamil should have taken guidance from devotees when he was struggling from temptations. He should have gone and talked with his father, his teacher, his spiritual master, his guide, but he kept it to himself. as a result of which he had to fall down. So when we are struggling with temptations, we should take guidance. Give me an example of a case where a devotee got distracted, strict devotee who got distracted. Bharat Maharaj, very good, classical case. And an example of a strict devotee who got affected by the calamities in their life. This is difficult. Personal tragedies came in the life of that devotee, and then they lost their enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness. He was a strict devotee, but not a serious devotee. I'll give you an example. Indra. When he is fighting with Vritrasura, he uses that Vajra, which he has made from the bones of Dadhichi Rishi. And it is foretold, it is prophesized, it is declared that with this Vajra he will be able to kill Vritrasura. But what does Vritrasura do with that Vajra? He catches it, throws it back on Indra, or maybe throws it aside, and slaps Indra and Airavat, and both of them fall down. That time Indra lost his enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness. He didn't want to fight, he was just sitting there. That let Vritrasura kill me. So this happens to many of us. Sometimes we'll be expecting something in life, and something reverse will happen, some adversity will come, some reversal will happen, and then we will think it is okay to not practice Krishna consciousness, or it is okay to slacken my Krishna consciousness. Indra did that. Then what happened? Vritrasura had to encourage him that don't you have faith in the words of the Lord? Are you not a 16-rounded devotee? Are you not following for? You're a strict devotee, Baba. Don't you have faith in the Lord? He has told that by this Vajra you can kill me. Why don't you try? You please pick up and fight. Whole second chapter Bhagavad Gita, Vritrasura told to Indra. And then Indra, because he was a strict devotee, or he is a strict devotee, he picked up and started fighting. So good advice works on strict devotees only. Those who are not strict, even if we give them good advice, there is no use. There is no use talking to people who are not strict in their bhakti. Even if we give them good advice, it will not work basically. Okay, now we understood who is a strict devotee, who is a serious devotee. This is the last segment of my discussion. Who is a sincere devotee? Strict is step 1. Serious is step 2. Sincere is step 3. One who has no material motives, no envy, no malice towards other living entities, and one who does not blame others for his suffering is a sincere devotee. For example, when Gajendra was in difficulty, he has fallen into that water and that crocodile is catching hold of his leg. His family members are not able to help him. His sons, daughters, wives are not able to help him. Society is not able to help him. At that time, he is not blaming anybody. If you have read the Gajendra Moksha prayers, he is telling, because of my previous karma, I am in this situation now. And the moment he starts thinking like that, what comes to him? Remembrance of Krishna consciousness practiced in an earlier time, in a previous life, comes to him. And then he starts offering those prayers. So those who do not blame others, or those who do not blame situations, basically those who are accountable in life, they become sincere. It is higher than being a serious devotee. So one who has no material motives while doing seva, one who is not envious, and one who has no malice towards other living entities, and one who does not blame others for his suffering is a sincere devotee. Example, Prahlad Maharaj, very good. He could have blamed Hiranyakashipu, but he never blamed Hiranyakashipu. In fact, he was praying for his liberation. Have you not seen that in the prayers? Any other example of a sincere devotee? Sorry? Parikshit Maharaj. Why you say Parikshit Maharaj? Sorry? Who is speaking? I am not able to see. Yes. He had no malice towards the person. Very good. He had no malice towards that 12-year-old Brahmana boy who cursed him. He could have done anything, but he had no malice. See, malice means what? You are in a position to harm someone. You have the right to harm someone, and you are morally correct to respond to that harm which has come to you. But you choose not to do it. That is called having no malice. For instance, if Indra comes and slaps you, what you can do, Baba? Nothing. Then you cannot say, I have no malice towards you, Indra. Let's say you stamp a squirrel, and the squirrel says, I have no malice towards you, Divyesh Prabhu. The squirrel can't do anything to you. But let's say you stamp on some Prabhu's leg. He can also stamp on your leg. But if he chooses not to do that, that is called no malice. Any other example? Chitraketu. Yes, no malice. Without any fault, he was cursed. Although there was a little bit fault was there. But he was cursed. He could have counter-cursed Mother Parvati, but he did not curse. And then Lord Shiva used his Vaishnav behavior to explain to Mother Parvati, Narayana parasarve na kutushchana bibhyati swarga apavarga narkeshu api tulyartha darshanam. After listening which, Mother Parvati covered her head with her sari, showing that I am not happy with what I did. I am feeling ashamed. Ambrish Maharaj also, I have written down here, is a classical case. Did he blame Durvasa Muni for the misery of his life? No. Now give me the example of some negative cases where somebody who had malice, or somebody who did blame others, or somebody who had material motives, who were already serious also. From Bhagavatam. I have written here Diti's envy. Diti, when her son Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were killed, whom she was blaming? She was not blaming Hiranyaksha. Whom she was blaming? Krishna. No. Indra. So she wanted a son who could kill Indra. And she was doing a vrata for that also. Dhritarashtra, we have all seen B.R. Chopra Mahabharata. Bhima had killed 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, and after that what he wanted to do? Nonsense, Dhritarashtra. He is not thinking that my sons are responsible for their misery. He is thinking Bhima is responsible for the misery. So he wanted to embrace and kill him. Similarly, Duryodhana blaming Bhishma in Bhagavad Gita that you are not fighting with full strength. So this is the presentation which I had to do. Bhishma is telling that, you see, I am trying my best, but because they are being protected by dharma, so they cannot be killed. So three things are very important. We have to understand. Let's quickly revise. Number one, we have to become strict first. What is the definition of a strict devotee? One who does not compromise upon the vows in any circumstances. What is the benefit of being strict in life? You get determination, then that will lose the material attachments in life, then heart will become purified, and then it will be possible to access higher realms of bhakti. Higher realm of bhakti means being serious. What is the definition of serious devotee? Three things: temptations, distractions, and calamities. In the presence of all these three, one who does not lose their determination to surrender to Krishna is a serious devotee. And then higher than serious devotee is Sincere devotee. What is the definition of a sincere devotee? No malice, not blaming others, no material motives,
No malice.
no malice, correct? Yeah, no material motives, no envy. Parikshit Maharaj has no envy. He is wanting to become a friend of all living entities. So I just wanted to convey that if we all systematically try to practice becoming strict, followed by serious, and then try to become sincere in Krishna consciousness, maybe we will be able to go back home, back to God. Otherwise, be ready to remain a serious senior devotee for many, many more lifetimes. With that, I would like to conclude this discussion now. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.